doing? My name is Scott Detweiler. My Instagram handle conveniently is Scott Detweiler ain't shit, underscore between all of those.
Alright guys, welcome back to another episode. Today, it's actually been a two-part video series, right? The first part was actually at Keys undisclosed location where we were able to see the G80, G81. If you guys missed that video, check that one out. And also, the first video in this video series was definitely the show. And I wanted to get that video up first so you guys can enjoy it, relive the moments. And if you guys didn't go, have an idea what you guys missed out, maybe come out next year. But Corey, so what are we doing right now? I know we're driving to a different location, which is about an hour and a half. And what are we doing today?
So today we're actually on our way to film our next Every Build is a Story episode. And it's with Scott, and he's got a really, really cool E90, and it's a very, very special car. So we're really looking forward to talking to Scott, you know, finding out who he is, what he does, and, you know, all the inspiration he had behind this build.
And it's probably been about a few years since we did Every Build is a Story. I think the last one was actually my car, which is the F80. And the reason I wanted to do that was actually to get that out because it was the last send-off before I unmodded, sold the parts off, and traded that car in. But I spoke to Scott on the phone, and he seems very passionate about this car. And one thing that you have to understand, there's a method to his madness, and you'll see why, which I'm sure you saw from the beginning of the intro. All right, so we are at a different location in Pennsylvania, and we're going to be filming this insane build. I'm talking about insane. We're going to be talking about insane. It is a twin turbo E90 M3 S58 motor, and it's something that you guys all know about and how good that motor sounds, but it's going to sound even more insane with the turbos. So in a little bit, we're going to introduce Scott and his build, but in the meantime, definitely enjoy the B-roll. All right, Mr. Scott.
Mr. Me.
What do we got here? This is a really unique build, right? And we're gonna do a quick behind the scenes video, okay, and we're gonna be talking about it. So can you tell us what machine we have behind us?
Yeah, this is a 2009 BMW E90 M3. I don't know if you're unfamiliar with the platform itself, but it's a naturally aspirated 4-liter V8. This one is a 6-speed manual, just because, you know, my preference. I had a TTC one before this, and I wasn't a fan until I drove it. I actually like that more than this. This is just funner to drive. I would say that that's as close as a sequential transmission as you're going to get from anything from the factory. It's a lot faster than me shifting, but I just enjoy driving this more.
What's really unique about it? The twin turbo setup?
Yeah, obviously.
Okay.
Which you can't really see anything from the outside. It kind of appears as a stock car, which is kind of how we wanted it. The same carbon fiber as every other E90 platform, just because it gives it a more of an aero look. It looks a lot more settled on the black. This is jet black, not Swartz or Cosmos in this year, which I didn't know was rare, because to me black is black, but there's a lot less jet black cars than there are the other two. That's kind of it for the outside, minus the one-off wheels we had built for the car. Not your typical bolt-on. I did have T37s in the car before this, in a E9 spec. There was also a supercharger in the car before this in a bolt-on E9 spec, and then Recaro Sportster CSs. So kind of had the best of the best E9X platform parts you're going to get for the build, which I liked, but I was kind of sick of seeing it, if that makes any sense. Like, I respect all those parts. I've owned multiple sets of all of those parts, but I wanted to do something a little different with this one. I've built a lot of wild cars in my life. This is kind of the first Beamer that we've tweaked to the point where I felt it was a little ridiculous. We have a lot to talk about because we're doing an Every Build is a Story, and we haven't done Every Build is a Story in a long time, so you're going to be the first one in that amount of time. Happy to be here, honored slightly. You know.
Well, we're happy that you're allowing us at your kingdom, right? Your home and stuff.
Thank you.
So in a little bit, I'm gonna jump in the back of the X5 we rented, and we're gonna get some rollers of his car.
You guys rented that?
Yeah.
Of course, you had to rent a Beamer.
It was a good deal. So we'll rent that out. We're gonna basically get some rollers of his car, and we'll get some beauty shots. So enjoy the footage. If you guys haven't seen the Every Bell is a Story video, it's gonna be linked in the description. All right, it's been a while since we've done a Every Bell is a Story, right, Miguel?
Absolutely, yeah. It's been about a year since we've done an Every Bell has a Story, but we got something very unique for this time around. It's probably a one-off. I don't think there's another one like it. So with that being said, stay tuned.
And if there is, they may take inspiration from Scott's build, because this is not something you hear every day, and this is something that we're actually really happy to capture for you guys. And we got a ton of footage, so enjoy it. If you guys, like I said, didn't see the full video, definitely check that one out. It's gonna be on the Beamer Invasion YouTube channel. Scott, how you feeling right now?
Good. Sweaty, muggy, but good.
Nervous?
No.
All right. You seem like a very chill guy.
Life.
Cool.
All right.
I'm with it. Run it again.
Take one. Scott,
I'm with
what's
it.
your name, your IG handle, and your profession?
How you guys doing? My name is Scott Detweiler. My Instagram handle conveniently is Scott Detweiler ain't shit _ between all of those. Long story on that. We might get to that later on. And my profession is I'm a professional. I have a business and I sub for multiple companies. We do stone and marble countertops, fireplaces, bathrooms, kitchens. Anywhere you can put stone, we put stone.
All right, so Scott, we want to thank you for your time, for talking about your story. I know one of the big things for us, we're car guys, right? And cars mean absolutely a lot for us. My question that I've been asking people is, what does it mean for you to be part of the BMW community?
Vague question. I think that I'm 50% liked and 50% people don't actually like what we do. A lot of the BMW community is purists. The benefit to that is even if they dislike it or not like it, they all have the same passion we have for the platform we're on. And even if you see a stock car, a stock Beamer at a show, even outside your show when I was in Florida, people are still cleaning their cars and popping their hood and wiping them down and talking about it. And that community is cool. Whether we agree on the same thing or not, debatable, but we have the same passion for the brand, I guess was what I'll say, or the chassis and the cars they make. And I mean, it is kind of the perfect balance between an everyday car and a sports car. Any M series car.
And the camaraderie with the community is pretty.
Yeah,
cool.
no, it's pretty awesome. I mean, you guys are here from Florida and from Boston and from wherever you are, just for BMW. And I went all the way. It's the 1,000-mile trip to go to your show. I was there for one day and then flew home. But just because, like you said, the same thing brings us all together, regardless if you like it or I like his or he likes mine. We all like the same thing, which is cool. Car community as a whole, but BMW's a little different. I mean, what other car brand has a show dedicated to the whole thing. You know, there's a bunch of VW shows or air-cooled shows, even like how H2I used to be. But there's not really, MPAC's huge. Your show's huge. Keys tomorrow is Beamers. It's all Beamers all the time. So like the fact that you have enough people that have the same kind of car to have a show where there's 1,000 cars says enough about it as a whole.
If you had to hit us with a quote, hit me with the quote right now.
Oh, I have the same quote. Build bad shit, don't be a bitch. You know?
You go.
That's what it's gonna be. I have it laser etched on my valve cover in my car, not my valve cover, my plenum for my turbo. I've got it tattooed on my leg. I mean, it's kind of a creed we live by, and that's kind of a tribute to that, you know?
All right, Scott. It was nice hearing about your build. I appreciate you taking the time again, and
appreciate you guys coming out.
It sounds amazing.
We missed the rain.
Yeah,
you know,
we missed the rain
by a little bit. We got to drizzle it on, but other than that, I mean, the weather's great.
Yep.
And hopefully it stays like this for tomorrow.
Yeah, and we'll see you on the next one.
Yes, sir.